it's Trina and I'm very excited to be bringing you an original tag today, and that is the BookTuber Shoutouts tag. I have been wanting to do another Shoutouts video for quite a while now, but it is really difficult for me actually to come up with who should I shout out and what should I say about them, because I always want to say something really genuine and personal about the channels that I am recommending. But as I was taking notes for shoutouts, I realized that my notes kind of started to resemble tag questions, and BookTube loves tags, and all of our tags are about books, which are definitely half of the equation of BookTube because we're all here to talk about books, but the other half of BookTube is definitely the people. So I thought that maybe I could combine tags and a shout out video into a shout out tag. This really is just a template that I was using to give some shout outs myself, but if it does catch on as a tag, I think that that would be awesome because we would just all be spreading the love and finding new channels, which is always a great thing, to find a new channel that you just really love. So enough of me rambling. I've got 15 questions and let's get right into them. The first question is, who was the first booktuber you discovered, and do you remember what that video was? I first discovered BookTube through Christine at Poland Bananas Books, and I'm sure that she's what brought a lot of people to BookTube. And the first video of hers that I ever saw was her book talk for The Elite by Kira Cass. One of my friends had sent me a link to that. I had never even thought that book reviews in a video were even a thing. Eventually I was like, I love this. This is books on YouTube. Yes. She was the first person I subscribed to, and the way that I found out that BookTube was even a thing. Question number 2 is, who is the most recent booktuber that you've subscribed to? I most recently subscribed to the channel Wanderness because I found her through that Twitter chain, like BookTube train thing that was going on last week or the week before, and when I went to Ness's channel page, the first thing I saw was a bunch of thumbnails that had books that are some of my favorites, and I was like, I know that we're gonna get along fine if you read these books, and I just clicked subscribe, and luckily her videos are just as great as her thumbnails, so that worked out really well. Question number 3 is, did any booktubers inspire you to start your own channel? The first time I ever thought I wish I had a channel was watching one of Katie Tastic's videos. I believe it was a Would You Rather tag, and I just kept thinking, man, I really want to have a place where I can put my answers too. That was probably the first time it ever kind of occurred to me that maybe I would be interested in making a channel. Also, a blogger that has been really influential to me is Jamie from the Perpetual Page Turner. She has an amazing blog. I've really fallen out of reading blogs in the past few years, but she's always been super engaging on her blog, and I just love her voice and the way that she fangirls about books. And I was commenting a lot on her blog and she was replying to me, and it made me start to feel like, hey, there are people that are out there that I can talk about books with. Kat and Jamie were probably the biggest influences on me really wanting to get into the community. Number 4 is, name a booktuber or booktubers that have been with you since the beginning of your channel. There were quite a few people that somehow found me in the beginning, and I don't know how they possibly stumbled across my channel and my videos, but I'm so glad they did because I had a really amazing early support system, and probably the girls that I consider to be my earliest support were Nisi from Lit Pixie, Kayla from Kayla Rain, Karis from Karis on Reading, Marinez from My Name is Marinez, and Tiffany from The Crafty Home. These people are definitely a huge reason why I've stuck it out as long as I have, which is only 6 months, but that's a long time to me. Question 5 is, on the flip side of that, name a channel that you subscribed to since their beginnings and have watched them grow. Jess from Tiny Reads. I remember her very first video, and there's just something super charming about her, and I've loved watching her channel grow. She took off super fast. And also Lee from Lee Reader. I remember finding him when he was still a new channel, and I just thought he was a natural in front of the camera from his very first video. Number 6 is, name a booktuber whose creativity you love. And you can interpret creativity to mean anything that you want to, but I've got a few here to mention. I would like to shout out Brie May specifically for her Why I Read video. I thought that just the shots and the composition of that video and the first part of it was just really artistic and eye-catching and appealing. She definitely has creativity in her video making skills. Also, Jenna Claire K writes amazing songs that are inspired by books. I think that's amazing talent. Number 7 is, name a booktuber whose positivity you love. Marian TV. She is such a positive person, and like every one of her videos, she opens up by saying, "How are you doing today? I hope you are doing so very well." And she just seems so genuinely happy and positive. I feel like she's always promoting positivity and amazing projects and charities that you can donate to. Also, Sasha from a Book Utopia, because her positivity and cheerfulness is just so contagious. You can't help but smile when you're watching one of her videos. And lastly for this one, I want to mention Danny Darling, because again, she just puts a smile on my face when I watch her videos. You can't help but to just want to give Danny a hug. These are just some positive people. Number 8 is name a booktuber whose honesty you admire. There are many different ways to be honest, and a lot of times we use the word honest synonymously with critical, like being a critical reviewer. And so on a little bit of that note, there are a couple of reviewers who have just laid it all out, and I have really appreciated that about them, and those are Lainey from Ginger Reads Lainey. I adore her review of the book Allegiant. It's one of my all-time favorite book reviews. And also Alexis from Shelf Life Extension. The first video I watched of Alexis's was her Outlander review. She really didn't like that book, and I did like that book, but I still thought that she expressed herself pretty eloquently. She definitely made me kind of challenge some things that I thought about the book myself. And another way to be honest is just by opening up and being really transparent about your life, even on your BookTube channel. And so for that part of being honest, I want to mention Abby from Abby Reads and Mandy from Oh It's Mandy. I feel like these girls are just really transparent with what's going on in their lives and how they feel, and it makes me feel like there's a real connection there, like we're really getting to know them. So I definitely appreciate that kind of honesty as well. Number 9 is name a booktuber who always makes you laugh. There are a ton of booktubers that make me laugh, but for this question I want to go with Jesse from Jesse the Reader, because I love his bloopers. They get me every time. I love his facial expressions and how tongue-tied he can get, because I experience the same thing. Number 10 is name a super friendly booktuber, meaning somebody that always comments or always replies to your comments. Rebecca from Why Mermaids, Sarah Ella. I feel like there's a lot of back and forth. Whenever one of us comments on the other's video and then the other replies and then they reply to that, and it just goes on for a little while. So I feel like I talk a lot with them, and I talk a lot with a lot of people on here, but I wanted to give some attention to them as well. They are super friendly. Number 11 is name a booktuber who's always making you add books to your TBR. For me, this is definitely Reagan from Peruse Project. I cannot get through a single one of her book hauls or wrap-ups without just destroying my TBR. There's something about the way that she can summarize a book that even if I wasn't interested in it before, she makes it sound super interesting to me. Number 12 is name a booktuber who has very similar taste in books as you do. And for this one, I'm going with Megan Precourt, because I watched one of her book hauls and it was like every book she brought up, I was like, read it, want to read it, have it, read it. Like, we've read all of the same books or are interested in all of the same books. Number 13 is name a booktuber who has very different tastes in books as you do, but you still love their channel anyway. And for this one, I'm going with Claire from the Book Fox. Even though we don't always read the same kind of books, she just tells stories in some of her vlogs so great, and it makes me keep watching, and I can't get enough of her channel. Number 14 is name a booktuber who totally impresses you with the amount of books that they can read. I'm going with Elena from Elena Reads Books. Her monthly wrap-ups are insane. She reads like 15 to 20 books a month, and she reads a wide variety, so her channel is going to appeal to a lot of viewers. And the last question, at number 15, is give a shout out to booktubers that have fewer than 500 subscribers, more than 10,000 subscribers, and someone that is anywhere in between. I want to give a shout out to the Reader Chronicles. I think she's got around 1 or maybe 200 subscribers now. She's still super new to BookTube, and I feel like her channel, she has great quality, she reads great books, and I feel like she definitely is up and coming. In the middle, I want to go with Mariana from Impression Blend. She has a lot of really great movie reviews in addition to book reviews and tags and all kinds of things things like that. And for my bigger booktubers, someone that has over 10,000, I definitely want to say thank you to Natasha from Tashopolis, because she is one of the channels that got me into booktube in the first place also. I really love her creativity and the way that she talks about TV shows and just gets the fandom going beyond just books. So much love to all of the people that I've mentioned in this tag, and I hope that this video has helped you find some new channels kind of according to your interests. I definitely recommend these people and so many more that I can't possibly include because this video would be 2 hours long, because I think filming this has been at least an hour. Since this is a new tag, what I am doing is tagging everyone who I've mentioned in this video. I hope that you guys will spread the love. It's a wonderful community, and there are so many people out there that I've never even seen their channels, and then when I discover it, it's like, where have I been this entire time? Because these people are awesome. If there's a channel that you want to give a shout out to me, a channel that you think that I would absolutely love, please leave that down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the comments. Bye!